Hello guys, I am Ashish. Welcome you all once again to this video series where we are solving mathematics for class 10th based on NCERT textbook. So far we have solved 3 exercises in the polynomials. If you want to check those exercises, you just have to click the I button on the top right corner. Today we will be solving the 4th exercise. This is an optional exercise in NCERT, but it is an important one, because the problem in this exercise will be a notch up in comparison to other exercises of the polynomial. So let's set the ball rolling. Exercise 2.4 consists of 5 problems. First 3 problems are based on cubic polynomials, that is polynomial of degree 3, whereas last 2 problems are based on quartic polynomials, that is polynomial of degree 4. So let's start solving these problems one by one. In the first problem, we are given a cubic polynomial. Alongside the cubic polynomial, we are given 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial. First, we have to verify that the given zeros are actually the zeros of the polynomial. Second, we have to verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficient of the given polynomial. As we know that in case of cubic polynomial, there exist 3 relationships between zeros and the coefficients. So let's start. Let's say p of x is the given polynomial. P of x equal to 2x cube plus x squared minus 5x plus 2, and alpha, beta and gamma are the 3 roots of the given polynomial. Then alpha equal to 1 by 2, beta equal to 1 and gamma equal to minus 2. Now we will calculate p of alpha. So p of alpha equal to p of 1 by 2. Now we will replace x with 1 by 2 in the given polynomial p of x. When we calculate this will reduce to be 0. That means p of 1 by 2 is equal to 0. It signifies that 1 by 2 is 1, 0 of the polynomial p of x. Now we will do the same for beta and gamma. We will calculate p of beta, that is p of 1, and we will get it equal to 0. That means 1 is also a 0 of the given polynomial p of x. Now we calculate p of gamma, that is p of minus 2, and this also comes out to be 0. That means minus 2 is also 1 0 of the given polynomial p of x. Hence we can say that 1 by 2, 1 and minus 2 are zeros of the given polynomial 2x cube plus x squared minus 5x plus 2. Let's go to the second part of this question. Now we will verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients in the given polynomial. In case of cubic polynomial, there exist 3 relationships. The first relationship is sum of the roots equal to minus b by a. The second relationship is sum of product of roots taken 2 at a time is equal to c by a. And the third relationship is product of roots equal to minus d by a. We will verify each one of these relationships for the given polynomial. First of all, we will put the values of alpha, beta, gamma, b and a in the respective places. We will take alpha equal to 1 by 2, beta equal to 1, gamma equal to minus 2. Value of b will be coefficient of x squared and value of a will be coefficient of x cube. Now upon solving, you will find value at the both sides of the equations are equal. That means LHS equal to RHS, and hence the first relationship is verified. We'll do the same for the second relationship. We'll put the values of alpha, beta, gamma, C and A in the given relationship. We'll take the value of C as the coefficient of x in the given polynomial p of x, and value of A will again be the coefficient of x cube. What you find over here is that the value at the both sides of the equation is again equal. Therefore, LHS equal to RHS, and the second relationship is also verified. In the third relationship, we'll put the values of alpha, beta, gamma, D and A in the respective places in the given relationship. The value of D is the constant term in the given polynomial, that is 2, and value of A is the coefficient of x cube. You will again find out the value at the both sides of the equations are equal, and hence LHS equal to RHS. Therefore, the third relationship is also verified. Hence, we can say that relationship between zeros of the polynomial p of x and coefficient of the polynomial p of x is verified. Similar to the first problem, in the second problem, we are given a cubic polynomial. Alongside the cubic polynomial, we are given 3 zeros of the cubic polynomial. So first of all, we have to verify that the given zeros are actually the zeros of the polynomial, and then we have to verify the relationship between zeros and the coefficients in the polynomial. So let's say p of x is the given polynomial, and alpha, beta, gamma are the 3 roots of this polynomial. Then we can write p of x equal to x cube minus 4x squared plus 5x minus 2, and alpha equal to 2, beta equal to 1, and gamma equal to again 1. Now we will calculate p of alpha, that is p of 2. We will replace x with 2 in the given polynomial p of x. It will reduce to 0. It signifies that 2 is one of the zeros of the given polynomial. We will do the same with beta equal to 1. P of beta, that is p of 1 equal to again 0. This signifies that 1 is also the zero of the polynomial. We can see that gamma is again 1. So similar to beta, gamma also will be one of the zeros of the polynomial. Hence, we can say that 2, 1 and 1 are the 3 zeros of the given polynomial x cube minus 4x squared plus 5x minus 2. In the second part of this problem, we have to verify the 3 relationship between zeros and the coefficient for this given cubic polynomial. The first relationship is alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a. We will put the values of alpha, that is 2, beta, that is 1, gamma, that is 1. Value of b will be coefficient of x squared in the polynomial, that is minus 4, and value of a will be coefficient of x cube in the polynomial, that is 1. Thus we get LHS equal to RHS. That means the first relationship is verified. Let's jump to the second relationship, that is alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha equal to c by a. Now we'll put the values of alpha, beta, gamma. Value of c will be coefficient of x, that is 5, and value of a will be coefficient of x cube, that is 1. Now again we will get LHS equal to RHS. That means our second relationship is also verified. In the third relationship, alpha into beta into gamma equal to minus d by a. So we'll put the values of alpha, beta, gamma, and value of d is the constant in the given polynomial, that is -2. We will again get that the both sides of these equations are equal and LHS equal to RHS. Hence, our third relationship is also verified, and hence we can say that the relationship between zeros of the polynomial p of x and its coefficient is verified. In the second problem, we have to find a cubic polynomial for which sum of its zeros is equal to 2, sum of product of its zeros taken 2 at a time is -7, and product of its zeros is -14. So let's solve it. Let us suppose that p of x equal to ax cube plus bx square plus cx plus d is the required cubic polynomial. So for a cubic polynomial, there exist three relationships between the coefficient and the zeros. So we'll write those relationships. Alpha plus beta plus gamma equal to minus b by a. Alpha plus beta plus gamma is nothing but the sum of zeros, and we are given sum of zeros as 2. So we can write minus b by a equal to 2. We will consider it as a first equation. The other relationship is alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha equal to c by a. That is, sum of product of roots taken 2 at a time is equal to c by a. We are given this value as -7. We will consider it as second equation. The third relationship is alpha into beta into gamma equal to minus d by a. That is, product of roots equal to minus d by a. We are given this value as -14, so we'll write it as the third equation. Now, taking a common from the p of x, we can write a small braces open x cube plus b by a x squared plus c by a x plus d by a. Now we'll put the values of b by a from the equation 1, value of c by a from the equation 2, and value of d by a from the equation 3, and we will get something like this: a small braces open x cube minus 2x squared minus 7x plus 14. Now, since a is a constant and can take any value which is a real number other than 0. So in this particular case, we will take the value of a as 1, and then p of x will be x cube minus 2x squared minus 7x plus 14. You could have taken any other value of a, but for the matter of simplicity, we will take the value of a as 1. In the third problem, we are given a cubic polynomial, and a minus b, a and a plus b are the three zeros of this cubic polynomial. We have to find the value of a and b. Here we will use the relationship between coefficient and zeros to find the values of a and b. So let's solve this. First of all, we are given p of x as x cube minus 3x squared plus x plus 1, and if alpha, beta, gamma are the three roots of this polynomial p of x, then alpha equal to a minus b, beta equal to a, and gamma equal to a plus b. As we know that there is a relationship that sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a in case of cubic polynomial. So alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b by a. Value of alpha is a minus b, value of beta is a, value of gamma is a plus b, value of b is the coefficient of x squared, that is minus 3, and value of a is the coefficient of x cubed, that is 1. So we'll put all these values and we'll find the value of a as 1. Now we have to find the value of b. We will use the second relationship, that is product of roots. So product of roots in a cubic polynomial is minus d by a. Alpha into beta into gamma is equal to minus d by a. So we'll put the value of alpha as a minus b, beta as a, gamma as a plus b. Value of d will be the constant in the given polynomial, that is 1, and value of a is the coefficient of x cubed. You can put the value of a as 1 from the equation 1. Now if you solve this, this will become a quadratic equation in b, and it will give you two values of b. Those two values will be plus minus root 2. Hence we have a equal to 1 and b equal to plus minus root 2. Before we go on to solve the last two problems of this exercise, I want to discuss with you some important relationship between zeros and the coefficient of quartic polynomials. Quartic polynomials are the polynomials of degree 4. It is written in the form ax to the power 4 plus bx cube plus cx square plus dx plus e. A quartic polynomial has 4 roots, generally represented by alpha, beta, gamma and delta. We will discuss here the two relationships between zeros and the coefficient of quartic polynomials. First is the sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. That is alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta equal to minus b by a. And then product of roots is equal to e by a. That is alpha into beta into gamma into delta is equal to e by a. Here you know that b is the coefficient of x cube, a is the coefficient of x to the power 4, e is the constant term in this quartic polynomial. So let's solve the following problems. In the fourth problem, we are given a quartic polynomial and two of its zeros, 2 plus root 3 and 2 minus root 3. We have to find out other two zeros of this quartic polynomial. So let's solve this. Let's say p of x is the given polynomial and alpha and beta are the two given roots of this quartic polynomial. Therefore, we can write p of x equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x cube minus 26x square plus 138x minus 35. Alpha equal to 2 plus root 3, beta equal to 2 minus root 3. Gamma and delta are the other roots of this polynomial. Then we can write the first relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the quartic polynomial, that is sum of the roots is equal to minus b by a. We can write alpha plus beta plus gamma plus delta is equal to minus b by a. We know the value of alpha as 2 plus root 3, value of beta 2 minus root 3, and value of b will be the coefficient of x cube, that is minus 6, and value of a is the coefficient of x to the power 4, that is 1. On putting these values, you'll find a equation in gamma and delta, and we can write delta equal to 2 minus gamma. This will be our first equation and will be used later on. In the second relationship, the product of the roots is equal to e by a in a quartic polynomial. So we can write alpha into beta into gamma into delta equal to e by a. We know the value of alpha and beta, so we'll put those values over here. Value of e is the constant term in the given polynomial, and a is the coefficient of x to the power 4. On putting these values, this will make an equation in gamma and delta. We'll put the value of delta from the equation 1. This will make a quadratic equation in gamma and will give two values of gamma. First is minus 5 and second is 7. When you take the value of gamma as minus 5, you will find delta as 7, and when you take the value of gamma as 7, you will find the delta as minus 5. So gamma and delta can take any one of these values, minus 5 or 7. So other two roots of this polynomial p of x will be minus 5 and 7. In the fifth problem, we are given a quartic polynomial. When this quartic polynomial is divided by a quadratic polynomial, x squared minus 2x plus k, the remainder comes out to be x plus a. Then we have to find out the value of k and a. So let's solve this. Let's say p of x is the given quartic polynomial, and therefore p of x equal to x to the power 4 minus 6x cube plus 16x squared minus 25x plus 10, and g of x is the given quadratic polynomial, and therefore g of x equal to x squared minus 2x plus k. Now we will divide p of x by g of x to find the remainder r of x. The division of two polynomial has been extensively covered in the last exercise 2.3 of the polynomial. So I presume that you will understand the division performed over here. After this division, you will get this as remainder: 2k minus 9x plus 10 minus 8k minus k squared. But according to the question, the remainder is x plus a. So the coefficient of x over here should be 1, and this part of this remainder should be a. We will equate this to find out the value of k and a. So we will write 2k minus 9 is equal to 1, and thus k equal to 5. And 10 minus 8k plus k squared will be equal to a. We know the value of k equal to 5. We'll put that value. You will find the value of a as minus 5, and hence k equal to 5 and a equal to minus 5. Thus we conclude all exercises of lesson 2 polynomials. Hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for joining me. See you in the next video.